blatant fraud that is being committed on America, that has been committed on America, and the actions of our tyrannical governor in locking down our state are the two things that have me incredibly upset right now. And I'm glad that you're upset, and I hope you stay upset until we fix this problem. I want to say this: Biden is not the president-elect. And President Trump will remain our president. Sounds good to me.
4 more years.
I don't know that 4 is enough.
6 more years.
That's true. There are other options. Listen, every one of you knows the definition of a patriot because you are a patriot. It is where your allegiance is put. The media and many in government, in what we like to call the swamp, are allegiant to government. You, as patriots, have your allegiance to your country and your countrymen. Is that not right? Your allegiance is above government. When we pledge allegiance, we pledge allegiance to the flag and to the what?
United States of America.
The republic for which it stands. That is what is at stake right now in America. We can slide down the path to socialism quicker than any of us could have imagined. We're seeing it on display here in Oregon with our governor's actions, and if Biden is somehow confirmed, which I do not believe he will be, we will fall into socialism faster than we could have ever thought possible. We cannot let that happen. So we, you and I, all of us, are here to support President Trump.
Yes, we are!
Yeah.
He has fought for us, and we are going to fight for him. But even more so, we're going to fight for the Constitution, to uphold and preserve that Bill of Rights that gives us the freedoms and guarantees the freedoms that no other country can do, because it does not have a Bill of Rights. As Justice Scalia said, many countries have a constitution, but we have a Bill of Rights that guarantees our freedoms. Every one of us here has sworn in some fashion or another, even if just by your presence here, to uphold that Bill of Rights, not just for yourselves, but for our entire country. Our rights do come from God, not from government. That is exactly right. President Trump, as someone already mentioned, has already won. He received 10 million more votes in 2020 than he did in 2016. The fact that some of those votes, actually millions of those votes, were switched, or that votes were added after the deadline, does not mean that he has lost. We are not conceding because he will not be conceding. This is going to the Supreme Court. It will get resolved. And we will prevail. Why?
We are Americans.
Because 70 million Americans voted for President Trump,
74.
and the fraud that has been committed on America will not stand. It will be exposed. And the thing is that it didn't just happen in 6 states that are currently the focus. It has happened elsewhere. And we are working with the Trump team here in Oregon to expose any fraud that may have occurred here in Oregon. The votes need to be valid in Oregon as well. We cannot allow, even though Oregon did not use the Dominion system, there's still evidence of vote tampering and fraud here in Oregon, and we will be working to expose it. I wanted to talk for a few minutes about what was happening in Oregon and in America in general, but I also wanted to talk about what we're doing and how you can help. I also wanted to stand here and say to all of those that spoke before me, thank you for your service, for your candidacy, for committing to restoring the America that became great and that President Trump is restoring and helping us restore. Thank you for that commitment. All right, so there are lots of votes that they are currently starting to recount in some states. But you and I both know that the recount is not the issue. Many of those votes came in after the deadline. The Supreme Court will have the ability to set aside the votes that came in after the deadline. We don't care about recounting so much as we do determining what was legitimate and what was not. Every valid vote should count, and every invalid vote should not count. That is the issue. I want to also say that even though we didn't see a red wave, we didn't see a blue wave either. President Trump was supposedly 17 points down. What happened to that? What happened to that? It was a big lie by the media. And if you're with the media out here today watching, please know that you are part of the fraud. You are the ones that have convinced significant numbers of Americans of a huge untruth. You have lied to the American people. You are complicit. And if you do not become journalists again and report the truth, you will be taken away from the equation. America will reject you. They are already guilty. Here in Oregon, we have picked up legislative seats. I don't know if you know this, but we have stopped the supermajority here in Oregon. So, even though there wasn't a red wave, there wasn't a blue wave either. We gained some ground. It was net positive, and we need to continue to move in that direction. The governor's lockdown, it was both unconstitutional and unlawful, and has been, every one of them has been, since she exceeded her scope of authority about a month after she declared the first lockdown in March of 2020. Everything she has done since then, this supposed misdemeanor, if you fail to abide by her limit of 2 families and 6 people in your household for Thanksgiving, is completely unlawful because you cannot declare an edict that is in violation of the Constitution. The governor's supposed law, even the legislature's law that is in violation of the higher law of the Constitution, is null and void. And we the people are not going to stand for it. You are not the minority here. You are in the majority. We will overturn this situation. And it's a kind of a good thing that they have stepped out and overreached and attempted to impose dictatorial measures and tyrannical supposed laws on us, because now, like the frog in the water, we're jumping out. And other Americans are jumping out, and we're saying, enough is enough. Well, we're going to do something about it together. Don't ask me to do something about it. You help me do something about it. I'm here to ask for your help. We are going to do something about it together. When we start pointing fingers at each other, we fail. Let's work together to win, to secure America, to restore our rights, state by state, across this nation. Our president has fought for us. Let's fight with him and for him. Let's focus on working together. Let me end with this. Get involved. Run for office. Support our cause. This is bigger than a party. This is bigger than any individual group. This is America at stake. Our republic will go down the drain if we do not stand up. Are you with me? Are we together? Let's do this. If you see, let's not make ourselves the threat. If we start turning inward and pointing at each other instead of focusing on the threat, the real threat to our republic. You know, they talk about a democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a representative republic. Democracy is mob control. Every person has a voice. That's the closest we come to a democracy. It's a good thing that we don't have mob rule. We elect representatives. That is a representative republic. Let's not forget that. I am tired of hearing democracy. We cannot make ourselves the threat. Let's focus outward. Let's work on the problem together. Let's come together. Now, let me leave you with this, and thank you for your attention this afternoon. We have set up an email that if you have witnessed any kind of voting irregularity, we want to pass this on to the Trump legal team. The email address is, it's really simple, election.integrity at oregon.gop. We are working with the Trump legal team to pass these along because the Dominion system software and the other irregularities will be exposed, and we want to make sure Oregon is included. Thank you so much.